Tonight, we are talking about when it's time to leave the relationship and how to tell when it's time to leave your relationship. So if you have been feeling overwhelmed, if you are in a relationship and you've been questioning it, this live is for you. This is going to be a real talk breakdown on clarity, connection, and when enough is enough. Because sometimes we can fool ourselves into staying places for too long, or we can stay places where we know there is a challenge and then pretend that the challenge is not supposed to be there. So tonight is going to be about really talking you through whether you should stay, whether you should leave, whether you should reconnect, or whether you should realign, okay? But one of those things you can only do if your partner is in it with you, right? You can only reconnect in partnership if you have a partner who is willing to do that with you. Otherwise, you have to decide if it's time to leave and you put a plan in place for that, or you decide if you are going to stay. And because it's Tuesday and this is a real talk and revelation conversation, I'm going to be totally and completely honest and transparent with you. Most women in relationships where they are unhappy choose to stay out of fear, out of trauma, out of insecurity or inadequacy. And so I want you to know that that is the reality for most women. Most women are in relationships where they are dissatisfied, where they are not being considered, where they are not experiencing the love that they should, right? So the real talk here is that you get to decide if you stay or if you leave. But even if you stay, there's going to have to be some accountability that you take, right? It's better to be honest with yourself that you are in a loveless, lackluster relationship and know that this is your choice, because that will then empower you, as opposed to staying in a relationship with someone who doesn't care or consider you and then fooling yourself into thinking that it's going to change, because it's not going to change. Let me be totally upfront and honest with you now. If you're in a relationship where you are being disrespected, where you are not being considered, where you are not being loved, where you are not being catered to, it is not going to change, because you've entered into an agreement at some point in that relationship with you and your partner where you agreed on the positions that you play. You play the victim, he plays the narcissist. You play the loan shark and he plays the gambler. Now you're financing his life and his lifestyle and constantly asking him to financially contribute, when the agreement was you gonna be sugar mama and he's gonna be sugar baby. And these are most often unspoken agreements. And so now you find yourself in a space where you are contemplating whether or not you need to leave this relationship. How is this relationship going to change?